making it happen. My hands are freezing.
What's up, people? About 7 a.m. right now. I'm up a little earlier than usual. I've been in a bit of a funk lately. Things have just been feeling a little off. I haven't been exercising as much as I'd like to be. I haven't been eating as well as I'd like to be. I feel like I've been productive, but it just still doesn't feel like I'm productive. I'm not 100% sure what that feeling is, so I'm just calling it a funk or a rough week, I guess. Last night I was chatting with Megan about it, and I told her I tried to film a vlog yesterday and just nothing was turning out how I wanted it to. I was getting really disappointed in the whole process. It just wasn't happening the way that I wanted it to happen. So we were chatting last night, and is this your car? Ah, sorry, man. I was using it as a tripod. My apologies. And now we have a new location. I had my little mini tripod set up on top of that dude's car, and he looked like he was waiting for me. Anyway, like I said, I was chatting with my wife last night, and she suggested that I try and find a couple of ways that I get out of a funk. Sit down and think about it and figure out what are the things that I do when things aren't feeling quite right and I need to turn it around. So I came up with 5 things that I like to do that help me, and I figured I'd share them with you guys, but instead of doing the typical online, here's a list of 5 things that we have no idea if they work or not, I figured I would challenge myself today to actually do those 5 things and show you guys the whole process of me attempting to get out of my funk. A little bit of practice what you preach, if you will. So, tip number 1, the first thing that I do to try and get out of a funk, as you probably guessed by my attire, is I exercise. I'm gonna try and go for a run. It's pretty cold outside right now. It's about 4 degrees Celsius. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit for my American viewers, but I'm gonna make this happen. I haven't gone for a run since last year, so let's do this.
Halfway there, making it happen. My hands are freezing. Rotating which one gets to be in a hoodie pocket. Let's go. I made it. It feels good. It was so cold, I could see my own breath. But what can you do? First run of 2017. 5 kilometers, 27 minutes. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Blink-182, Blue Headbands, and Eggs.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling way better already. I can feel the endorphins, which are like natural painkiller type things, I guess. I'm not a doctor, but anyway, the long and short of it is that exercise makes me feel better every time I do it, provided I don't get injured while I'm doing it. So be careful, kids. The second thing that I do when I'm in a funk, if I'm having a bad week, is get organized. Almost every time that I find myself in this state, I notice that I have zero motivation to do anything. I am not a self-starter when it comes to me being in a funk. And when I refer to funk, I don't mean the good kind. So, one of the things that I like to do is get myself organized, put stuff right in front of me so I don't have to think about it. And this can mean anything. Take a look at your schedule. Make sure you know exactly what's coming up today. Make sure that you've got everything laid out in front of you well. Get through your emails. I actually did that last night. I went through all my emails, made sure that everyone had a good answer, and was trying to be on top of things. And today what I'm gonna do is I'm going to organize my food. So last night I cooked up enough chicken to last me the whole work week. I'm gonna put together my lunch for today, my snacks for today, so I know exactly what's going on. I'm gonna put it right in front of me so that during the day when I'm in the thick of things, too busy to think about it, I don't have to think about it. And then it's not something that can stress me out. I'll know exactly what I'm gonna eat and I'll know exactly when I wanna eat it. So let's make lunch. Little recap: protein shake, banana,
peanut butter, classic. Veggies with some roasted garlic hummus. Got a Soylent, good to go. Chicken, carrots, and rice. And we're good to go. Space food. Tip number 3 to get yourself out of a funk, my favorite one. It's probably the most impactful one on the list, and it is doing something nice for somebody else. And this doesn't have to be like a huge thing that you do. You don't have to run through a drive-through and pay for everybody's order or buy somebody a huge gift or anything like that. This can be just like something small that will make their day a little bit easier or put a smile on their face for a few seconds or make them laugh. For example, before I left the house today, I made sure to clean up the whole kitchen after I did all of that food prep. I took out the garbage, emptied the dishwasher, I made sure to do all my dishes, I made sure that the counters were clean, all of that kind of stuff, because my wife and I share a lot of those kind of chores, and this will just make it so that when she gets home, she'll see the kitchen is clean, she'll see that all those chores are done, and just for a second, even if it's just a little thing like that, she'll be able to just relax, sit down on the couch and maybe read a little bit, or maybe she'll get to do something else that she really wanted to get to. I've just eased her life up just a tiny bit. Again, it doesn't have to be something huge, but it just makes me feel really good knowing that I made her life just a little bit easier, or I made her smile. Another example, we have this chalkboard up in our kitchen and we write little notes to each other on them. So a couple of weeks ago, I wrote this on the chalkboard. And I got a text later when she got home from work and saw it that just expressed how much that meant to her. And it was just a little thing. It took me maybe a couple of minutes to throw together. I don't remember if she was having a particularly good day or a particularly bad day, but it just made her day a little bit better. That's what really matters. And that was what made me feel good about doing it, is just knowing that I'm helping somebody else helps me. I believe that the positive energy that you put out into the universe comes back to you in some way or another. And in this case, it's something as simple as just making somebody else smile makes you smile. And this is something that we should be doing every day, regardless of whether you're having a good or a bad time. Just be nice to people in general. But anyway, I gotta answer some emails before my first client shows up. I'll see you at tip number 4.
Hey, you're on my mind, you know. Hey, you're on my mind, you know.
Just finished my work day, had an awesome session with Natalia Chai. We're working on her new record and that's super exciting. And as if she knew I was talking about her, there was a text on my phone from my wife saying, and I quote, "The place looks really good, thank you." So there's my nice thing for the day. Made me feel good. Obviously it made her feel good. So that brings us to number 4. Number 4 is a super important one for me personally, because a lot of my struggle and my stress usually revolves around not being productive or things just not going right. So number 4 is get a win. And what I mean by that is find something where you can set yourself up for success. In my specific case, filming this vlog, making sure that I get a vlog in this week is going to be my win. And I set myself up for success by making sure that I planned what I was gonna do ahead of time and left myself enough time for the edit. Yesterday, and what I think kind of sparked this whole thing, I tried to film a vlog and just nothing was going right. I got really disappointed about that. So my win is the fact that I'm filming this right now. I've got the whole thing planned out. It's just a matter of getting it, editing it, and posting it on Thursday. But getting a win doesn't necessarily have to mean something like that. Something like getting organized earlier, getting my food ready for the day. That was a win. I got it ready. Everything went awesome. That's a win. My session with Natalia today was awesome. We got lots done. That's a win. I think it's probably just as important to recognize the win as it is to get it in the first place. Because if you don't recognize that you've gotten the win and kind of congratulate yourself for it a little bit, you're gonna feel exactly the same. So, pat on the back, we got a win. Couple of honorable mentions before I get on to number 5. The first of the honorable mentions being acceptance. Sometimes you just have to say, I'm in a funk. Admit to yourself you're having troubles, you're stressed, you're having a rough week. Make sure that you're able to accept that. Don't be too proud to accept the fact that you might just be having a bad week. And the other honorable mention is to talk to someone. This doesn't always work for me. Sometimes I like to try and deal with things myself, and that's the best way for me. But in this specific case, last night talking to my wife about the whole thing really helped, got me motivated to try and do this whole day where I'm trying to get myself out of the funk. I'm feeling pretty good right now, so I think it worked. Now, time to go home and we'll get to tip number 5. And the 5th tip for getting out of a funk is to get a good night's sleep. That's exactly what I'm about to do. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see more, and I'll see you next time.
Hey, you're on my